Every year, millions of intelligent people walk into a car dealership and get financially executed without ever hearing a gunshot. The average luxury SUV today costs $75,000, and the buyers signing those loan papers genuinely believe they are paying for engineering, for technology, for quality. They are not. They are paying for a logo, a small piece of stamped metal on the hood that costs the manufacturer 47 cents to produce. The rest is mythology, carefully manufactured billion-dollar mythology. And the moment you understand how the mythology is built, you will never look at a car badge the same way again. But there is a group of people who already figured this out. Automotive engineers, financial pragmatists, smart drivers who pulled back the curtain and saw the machinery hiding behind the showroom floor. They are quietly switching to Chinese cars, not because they cannot afford the German badge, because they refuse to pay for it. They call it the Brand Tax Loophole, and today I'm going to show you exactly how it works. To understand the loophole, you first have to understand the tax. Walk into any Mercedes dealership right now. Look at a GLC, the entry-level luxury SUV sitting under the spotlights with the premium leather smell pumped through the air conditioning. The sticker is $75,000. That number feels justified because the badge says Mercedes-Benz. But here's what that $75,000 actually buys you: a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, a transmission that shifts 9 gears, an interior full of screens running software that freezes and glitches like a budget Android tablet, and a depreciation curve so steep that 4 years from today, that $75,000 machine is worth $40,000. That is the product. That is what you are actually purchasing. The badge costs $55,000. The engineering costs $20,000. The gap between those two numbers has a name. It's called the brand tax, and you've been paying it your entire driving life without knowing it existed. But here's where it gets truly criminal. Automakers will tell you the premium price reflects premium manufacturing. That is a lie. Independent engineers who physically tear these vehicles apart on camera, people with zero financial incentive to mislead you, are finding wiring harnesses, suspension components, and structural welds inside $80,000 German SUVs that are functionally identical to components found in $25,000 mainstream vehicles. You are not paying for better parts, you are paying for better marketing. There's a difference, a very expensive difference. And the horrifying truth that recently became impossible to ignore is this: while you were busy trusting the badge, an entirely different automotive industry quietly built something that makes German manufacturers look like they are still operating in 1987. China did not evolve into the electric era, they detonated into it. No legacy combustion factories bleeding the engineering budget dry, no century-old dealer networks to protect, no mythology to maintain at the expense of actual innovation. They started with a blank sheet of paper and an unlimited appetite to destroy every assumption the Western automotive industry was built on. Now, search the Zeekr 7X. Go ahead and look at it right now. What you're seeing is a dual-motor, all-wheel drive electric SUV producing 641 horsepower, an 800-volt charging architecture that Mercedes charges a $15,000 option premium to include on its flagship EV, Standard, a structural battery pack, a panoramic cabin, material quality that automotive journalists sitting inside it for the first time describe with one consistent word: shocked. And the price is roughly 1/3 of the Mercedes GLC sitting under those dealership spotlights. Same segment, same category, completely different financial universe. That gap, that enormous, stomach-dropping, industry-destroying gap, is the brand tax loophole, and it is devastatingly real. But why is this even possible? How does a car costing 1/3 of the price beat the engineering of a company with 100 years of manufacturing experience? Because the brand tax is not just about profit margins, it's a structural disease. Mercedes employs an army of people whose entire job is protecting the mythology. Marketing departments, brand consultants, dealership relationship managers, Fashion Week partnerships, Formula One budgets. Every dollar spent maintaining the illusion of exclusivity is a dollar not spent on the engineering sitting under your hood. Chinese manufacturers spent that same dollar on battery chemistry, software architecture, and manufacturing precision. The results are now sitting in driveways across Europe and Southeast Asia, and Western manufacturers are genuinely panicking behind closed doors.
Here is the proof they are panicking. Every major European and American automaker has launched emergency electrification programs in the last 3 years. Volkswagen is closing factories. Ford is hemorrhaging billions from its EV division. Mercedes is quietly delaying its all-electric transition deadlines. They are not moving slowly because the technology is hard. They are moving slowly because they built their entire financial model on the brand tax, and Chinese manufacturers just made the brand tax visible to everyone with a smartphone and 10 minutes of curiosity. So how do you execute the loophole? Here is exactly what smart drivers are doing right now. First, you stop shopping by badge and start shopping by specification. You pull up the feature sheet of whatever European vehicle you are considering and write down every single number: horsepower, range, charging speed, safety rating. Then you find the Chinese competitor in the same segment and compare those numbers side by side, like an engineer comparing two bridge designs, not like a consumer comparing two cologne bottles. That exercise will make you deeply uncomfortable. That discomfort is the brand tax dissolving in real time. Second, you run the depreciation math honestly. A $42,000 Chinese EV retaining 72% of its value over 3 years is a fundamentally different financial instrument than an $80,000 German luxury vehicle crashing to 54% of its value in the same period. You are not just saving money at the point of purchase, you are saving money every single month of ownership. Insurance premiums calculated on vehicle value, service costs at shops not locked behind proprietary diagnostic systems, replacement parts not held hostage by an authorized dealer network. The financial gap compounds like interest working against you, except this time you are standing on the right side of it. Third, and this is the step that actually changes everything, you stop treating a car badge like a personality trait. This is the deepest trap the automotive industry ever engineered. They spent decades convincing you that what you drive is who you are, that the logo on your hood is a statement about your taste, your intelligence, your success. The moment you accepted that framing, you handed them a blank check with your name already signed at the bottom. Smart drivers do not care what the badge says, they care what the engineering does. And right now, the engineering coming out of Shenzhen is doing things that engineers in Stuttgart are losing sleep trying to replicate. The brand tax loophole is not a compromise. It is not settling for second best. It is the moment you stop paying for mythology and start paying for actual metal, actual software, and actual engineering. The quiet rebellion is already spreading. Drivers across Europe, across Southeast Asia, across every market where tariff walls have not been stacked high enough to protect the mythology yet. They drove the Zeekr, they sat in the BYD, they ran the numbers, and they never walked back into a European showroom again. If this cracked something open in your thinking, hit subscribe. Every single week, this channel pulls back the curtain on the financial traps and engineering realities the automotive industry spends billions keeping invisible. And the brand tax is not just running inside car dealerships. The exact same playbook, the same manufactured prestige, the same badge premium, the same depreciation trap engineered directly into the product is operating right now inside the watch industry, the smartphone market, and every other category where you have been quietly trained to pay for a logo instead of a product. If you want to see how the illusion works across every major purchase in your life and exactly how to find the loophole each time, click the video on your screen right now.